Hello,
Howdy,
we are
howdy.
live. Oh, geez.
Hello.
Hot dog.
I guess I will go first, but also, friendly reminder, everybody please set up your captions.
Oh, hold on. Where did those go?
You should have a separate caption link.
Do we?
I was never sent one.
Oop, fail. Hold on. One sec.
Oh, good golly.
I have had so many problems running captions. Just like sorry, hold please. We want to be as accessible as possible to everybody. You put the main caption link into a browser source in OBS, and you have to open up a separate link. I'm making links. I'm making links for everyone right now.
Let's see how mine turns out. Awesome. Mine's going through. Hey. I have to remember to shut off my microphone in between things because we have the TV on in the background and you don't want to hear what's going on.
All right, so that should be caption. That should be everybody's individual caption links. And the main caption link only goes in OBS.
There we go.
You have to open up that other caption link in preferably either Edge or Chrome. You have to just copy and paste the one that I made in the chat that says GM and put it in Chrome, and then let Chrome have access to your mic for this. And you should be good.
Yeah, I should.
I see Bo and I see GM on Twitch, so I'm looking at Twitch on my phone right now. So,
I mean, I saw mine pop up on Twitch.
Heck yeah.
Yep, yours did too. Okay, cool. All the links are working. Yay! We accessible. I guess I'll start first. Hi, I'm Keldry. I am your local secondary tech goblin, and I will be playing Yale Brom today, and time to get witchy?
Hell yeah.
That's me. I also did the fun little overlay for anyone who is like, what is that random background?
It looks awesome.
Sick. Okay. Hi, I'm Hal. I go by Rainy Days Sport 20 or Rainy Days Art on most platforms. You can see me in chat. I'm going to be playing Bo Sullivan tonight. Bo, or Sully for short. Just here to have a fun time and uh, trying to keep the ghost down to a minimum.
I guess that leaves me. My name's Alan, the All-Seeing Eye. As you can see, the All-Seeing Eye has had enough. Having some technical issues of my own. Anyways, you'll see me around here on Singularity, but tonight I am playing Mal Tanner, the kleptopyromaniac. Worth it.
I guess I
No,
can roll up first.
go ahead.
Yeah. So, Bo pulls up in like a kind of a classic car. I'm not gonna get into the body or anything. Just if you think of any, like classic car meetup, you've seen something like it. Uh, he's you know, not terribly tall, but a little lanky. Uh, all dark clothing. Uh, kind of shuffling out, a little bleary-eyed, maybe got a bit hypnotized on that road for a while there. Uh, seems, real, a bit, how do I put this? Approachable. Like he's got a friendly face. Uh, you know, slightly longer, but you'd still call it a short haircut. Light brown eyes. Um, just your average dude. You've seen 100 of these guys in any city, any town. Uh, probably rolls up. Doesn't even look up from his shoes as he's getting to the line to wait to be seated or yeah.
Damn.
Spoopy. No?
Nope.
I don't think
Oh,
so.
that's weird. I'm
Hi.
listening. I'm listening over. I'm listening to Twitch, and I can't
Weird.
hear fail.
Oh shit.
It looks like our captions are getting kind of cut off, though, in
Your
some cases.
the captions. The captions seem to go through like I saw fail's captions.
Yeah.
But I didn't hear the description, which was strange. If you're doing audio through, if it's audio through Discord, then Discord could have randomly decided to change the audio.
Oh dear.
Yep. You know what? Give us 1 second, folks. We will be right back.
After these messages.
We should be live.
Yeah, it looks like we are.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Let me just test this here. Make sure. Perfect. Welcome back to Singularity, everybody. It would be a scuffed stream from my first game back from a very long hiatus. All right.
Gotta shake off the rust.
Yep. You got to get back in there. All right. So, as we were jumping in, Hal had just pulled up to the diner and had just come in and run into Barb, a mysterious person applying for a job, and the cook in the back. They were told to grab any table they'd like except table 13, and we will move on to the next person coming to the diner.
Absolutely.
I call not me because I'm making. I call me because I'm
I don't
not.
think we have our videos.
No,
They're
it's
all
okay.
black?
I got it. It's being a pain in the butt. I apologize.
All right. Well, I'll go. There's a little bit of a loud roar in the parking lot as I come literally drifting in my Nissan 240ZX Fair Lady. I want to specify Fair Lady because I love that car. And very tall figure just kind of unfurls out of this tiny ass car. It looks like they're not supposed to fit in there, but they somehow do. And just wanders up over to the door, seeing that there's apparently a line, and they sigh. They're just like, okay, fine. There's nowhere else to go. Walk right in.
All right. Well, as you come in, you hear the little jingle of the bell over the door, and again, kind of the same scene plays out. You notice two people kind of talking over the counter, waitress and another person, and then in the back, you see a chef kind of shuffling along, cook just kind of like flipping burgers mindlessly. Go ahead, take any seats you like, except for table 13, and we'll get right with you.
By the way, Bo has taken the place right across from table 13 to look into it. Like, what's going on there? Guy's got major Menosi pitch disease.
Also,
roll me a. Ooh, that's a good question. A grits or no? A perception Yeah, roll a perception check as you're staring into
So
booth
perception's
13.
what? Uh, there we go. Perception is wits, yeah. That will be 6. Uh,
Oh,
so a 4, which is a success, and a 2, which is a failure. So just a flat
okay.
success.
So you got a flat success there. So looking into booth 13, you know, like I mentioned, it looks like it's a little bit darker than the rest of the restaurant. It's kind of almost like the light is kind of being like sucked in to the booth itself. So almost like a black hole where it's just kind of being sucked into the booth itself. And you feel a very eerie presence, like it just kind of emanating from the seat against the wall. You notice that there's a cup of coffee, and the steam is rising, but it's almost like it's disappearing as it's rising, like into something, like it's being sucked up into something. Um, very very odd looking scene is you can almost see or you think you see kind of like a shadowy, very tall shadowy figure sitting with its back against the wall observing the rest of the restaurant.
Interesting. I go back to my coffee.
Okay, I guess I have to do things now because I think I'm finally done getting OBS to behave itself. um, so I guess Yale pulls up in an old Volvo sedan. Um, that is just new enough that it doesn't have the wood paneling on the sides, unfortunately.
That is
But
unfortunate.
yeah, it's very unfortunate.
You were robbed.
Oh, 100%. um, but they are a like short brown hair in like a messy ponytail with several strands falling down either side of their face. Off the shoulder maroon long sleeve and just kind of dirty jeans, and they just look exhausted and they just kind of drag themselves inside.
As you come in, the bell jingles and Barb looks up and she stops for a moment. She just kind of looks at you, and it's almost like she recognizes you or she recognizes something in you, and she kind of like shakes her head for a minute, and then she just, well, darling, you look awful tired. Storm like this, it's best maybe to wait it out here. um, it'll be an interesting night because the blue moon brings all kinds of travelers. Go ahead and just take your seat and anywhere but booth 13, and I'll be right with you.
Right, thanks. They kind of give a very friendly smile and uh without a glance at I would say without a glance at booth 13, literally just go and sit down anywhere.
All right. So as you all are settling in, storm kind of rolls overhead. You can hear the kind of the thunder. It sounds like thunder in the distance, but not like it's. It's almost like it's echoing above the building, but not above the building. Um, the buzzing from the sign as it flickers a little bit. You notice that you haven't really seen any other headlights come down the highway. Looking out the windows, it seems very odd that this diner just kind of popped up in the middle of nowhere, and there doesn't really seem to be any real traffic on this stretch of highway to really keep this place open. The cook in the back is humming along as he cooks, and Barb is finally finishing up with the new employee. And you kind of hear her say as she is walking towards you, Hal. If you follow the rules, you'll survive the night. And then she kind of stops in front of your table and, what can I get you tonight?
Bo probably looks at the menu and picks like they've probably got like a coconut cream pie and just a coffee.
She yells back, Raj, we need a creamy nut and a black, please.
I need to not laugh. I need to not laugh. I need to not laugh.
And will that be all for you?
You know what? Get me smoked meat on rye and a side of fries.
All right, we need a smoky rye and some toasted taters. Let's go. And she kind of nods and next she walks over to Mal. What can I get for you tonight?
Mel sits, Mel's flicking a lighter and, open and closed, not even looking at the waitress, and just goes, double bacon cheeseburger, fries, extra seasoning, and a coffee.
Raj, we need a heart attack, table 4. Heart attack at table 4.
Just clutch your
Beautiful.
chest, keel over.
Yeah, do you want anything else to go with that high cholesterol?
How about a Diet Coke instead of the coffee?
All right. And a tasteless flat Coke.
Yep. Yeah, you're not wrong there.
Nice.
And then she kind of looks over the counter and she's like, all right, Mabel, you grab them and bring them to the table and I'll call them out. And then, she heads over to the last person. She heads over to jail. What can I get you?
Yale looks up and just kind of blinks for a few seconds like they were almost dozing off, and then goes, oh, can I just get a black tea and waffles?
Black tea and waffles? Honey, you look like you've been running from my third husband. Is everything all right?
I'm fine.
All right. She goes back and starts to pour your tea.
Fixing to be your 104th husband. Damn, I love Barb.
I love
right, so-
her. She's great.
Just a little shout out here. Barb is inspired by one of the founding members of Singularity. So Barb comes from Orion. We played a game called Disaster Hamsters, and he played Barb the Barbarian Hamster. And his
Hell yeah.
shtick was every time he talked about one of Barb's husbands, he added another husband.
Amazing.
So I think by the end of the game, he had like 7 or 8 husbands. And when the creators of Disaster Hamsters released Disaster Hamsters 2, their full-on book and stuff, they put Barb in the book. So
Hell yeah.
if we ever do a
Legendary.
diner or a waitress sort of situation, I like to throw Bob in there just as a throwback to Orion.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
All right.
So I still do the piss jar thing.
the freaking piss jar. So we So as you are all sitting there, the bell rings and you look up, and the person walking in, they seem out of place. It's definitely you see this person as kind of like a dressed like a long haul trucker. They've got like a flannel shirt on, their trucker hat, but something seems out of place. They seem very hazy, almost like they aren't fully there. As they walk up to the counter and sit down at the bar, and they're just kind of looking around the restaurant. Um, you hear Barb whisper to Mabel, "Remember the rules." As Mabel goes up and starts to talk to him.
What's the role for can I figure out if this is magic bullshit?
Uh, that would probably be like a wits check, I would say, like a perception or like an investigation check.
Okay. I'm terrible at that, but I'll try it anyway. So I have a 1, so I roll 1d6.
Yeah, if you only have it, well, plus if your class has.
I have which I rolled a 6.
All right, I mean a 6 is a critical success there. So as you're watching this, you kind of get the feeling that this guy is out of place. He's not. It's almost like he should be part of the timeline, but he's not. And you get a very cold feeling off of him as he's talking to Mabel. You can kind of hear him say, "The roads keep moving under me, but I can't find my exit." As he, is pointing to some stuff that he wants to order. You watch as Mabel goes, and she picks up the coffee, she pours him a cup of coffee, but she also picks up a I don't know what you would call that. Hold like it's not like a salt shaker, but like for the sugar, she picks up one of those that they have in restaurants, and
A
she
dispenser.
yeah, and she starts to pour that into the coffee, but it doesn't look like sugar. It's got more of a grayish color to it as she walks over and sets it down.
Huh. So I don't know that I have anything to identify like people or entities specifically, but witchcraft does have identify a supernatural substance or ward sense if an area is spiritually clean or corrupted. Can I do that?
Yeah.
All right. It says it's 1 token. I don't know that I have tokens.
Yeah, you all start with 2 tokens.
You'll start with 2. Okay.
So if you want to use 1 token, do you want to see if, like, in particular, he is something supernatural, or?
I think I want to identify I want to figure out what's up with the place. Like they're pouring out like something that is I don't know what substance that was, and I'm like I'm like I don't think they're trying to drug all of their patrons, so
um, so I guess, how do you want to do, like, how do you go about trying to get the sense of this?
I think what would happen is Yale consistently keeps like just a ballpoint pen, like a regular old ballpoint pen. Um and would take one of the napkins and start doodling on it absently a couple of little identification sigils and like then get the salt shaker and sprinkle a couple of grains of salt onto it and then quickly kind of brush the napkin over their eyes. Not like actually wiping their eyes, but like to activate whatever it was they're doing to try to see what's going on around.
Okay. So as you do this, it's almost like you've been put into a bubble, kind of like a ripples around you. And you can feel the building, you can feel everything ripple around you. And as that happens, you notice that the other two of the other patrons in the restaurant, they stay pretty well in place. They stay pretty solid. They look pretty like they're human, like they are belonging there. And you see the trucker kind of ripple, almost like he was part of the bubble, and kind of made a smoke. And then it all kind of flattens back, and you're left with kind of an understanding that the last stop kind of shows up for those who need it, and it's also kind of a bus station of sorts, where people come to wait for their ride to the next place. In the case of this trucker, you can sense that something happened while he was driving, and that's why the road seems to just constantly keep bringing him back here. He's not ready to move on, even though he probably should have years ago.
Mhm.
Yale is quietly cursing and being like, I couldn't go someplace like normal. I couldn't find a crappy motel or something.
And I'll give you just a little bonus there. When you went to rub the napkin kind of across your face, you caught a little bit of a hint, and you could see that in the salt there is also silver shavings.
Hmm.
Oh, somebody else knows this trick. Oh no. Yale is just
You
sitting there
notice
staring at staring wide-eyed out at everything.
you doing all right there, honey?
Huh?
And Barb, it's almost very uncannily, very out of nowhere. Barb is standing next to your table with the the pot of tea. Um, if you need to use the restroom to freshen up, it's just over there. I noticed you were wiping your face. Is everything all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, just tired. Um
Um,
Tea would be great.
all right. She pours you some more tea, and then she turns. She kind of looks at you for a minute, and then she heads back behind the counter. Um, does anybody else want to investigate the surroundings or the current patron?
Uh, mm.
Honestly, I think Mal just kind of takes a look back, keeps flicking the lighter open and close, and goes, "He looks flammable. Oh well."
And I'm gonna have to ask you not to set the patrons on fire.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Don't worry about it. And
To
then
who?
to myself. And like I flick my wrist and I make it look like my lighters disappeared, just a little sleight of hand.
She sets down another very, very flat Diet Coke. It's almost like Raj just sits in the back during the day shift and just shakes bottles of Diet Coke. And so she sets down another glass of Diet Coke and just kind of slides it to you. She looks you up and down and then steps away.
Oh, good golly.
Yeah, Yale's gonna get up
Hmm.
and go to the bathroom after downing a cup of tea without putting absolutely any sugar in it, just scalding hot tea, and stand up and head straight to the bathroom.
Yale's wild and
It's not even coffee.
all right. So as you enter the bathroom, typical kind of dingy diner bathroom, it looks pretty clean. You know, the mirrors look a bit scuffed up, like they've seen some age. There's some broken tiles. The stall door is kind of crooked, you know, like you'd get at a normal truck stop diner.
Fly
Um,
tape in the corner.
yeah, there's no fly tape. Uh, but you also, as you close the door behind you, you kind of hear whispers. Um, just a lot of different whispers coming from all sides of the room, just all four sides. It seems like just a wall of whispers closing in around you. Um, and the light is kind of flickering, which is kind of playing with your head a little bit. You thought you maybe saw another person in there, and then they weren't there, and you're getting a very, very uneasy feeling. Just sitting or just standing in this bathroom, just from walking in.
I couldn't find a place where the bathroom could be normal.
The word normal kind of like scribbles across the window and what looks like lipstick with a question mark.
Yale immediately like backs up, I think probably into the door.
As you back into the door, it feels like uh I think the best way I could describe it is you know like in a bounce house or like a bouncy castle. Like if you like lean back against it, it almost like it engulfs you. It's kind of what it feels like. It's almost like it's like inflatable wrapping around you.
Ooh.
Oh, nope, nope. It's just immediately trying to like pull away and look around like, okay, who's.
So as you are pulling at the door, all of the whispers kind of stop with all the different chatter, and it's all like it's definitely different voices whispering, but they're all saying wait.
Gonna stop
Does it?
and slowly turn around.
As you turn around, the normal is gone from the mirror, and it just says uh, collector with like an underline on it.
Okay. And would that be you?
Very, very quickly, it looks like someone like swipes their hand across it, and it's kind of smeared and then gone, and it says no. You up? What you doing?
What you up? What you do? Gale kind of slowly like probably fiddling with the pen in their pocket, just take a step towards the mirror and then be like, all right, who are you?
As you step more in line with the mirror, you see that there is somebody else in the mirror. It looks like a waitress from the diner. It almost looks like Barb, but definitely like 1950s Barb. Um, and they just kind of stare back at you for a minute, and then you can see them right across the mirror, table 13.
Mm.
All right, as in go or leave.
Um, so she wipes it away again and writes out can't leave.
Why?
That one. That I did not. Let's see. Uh, contract. She writes contract.
How do I learn more?
Pay attention. Yeah. She just writes out pay attention.
Okay.
And then she kind of like wipes all that away, and then she goes, rules. Ask rules.
Ask about the rules. All right, I will.
And then once she wipes that, like that's wiped away, she's gone, and the whispers seem to stop in that room.
Thank goodness. I thought you were someone else for a second. Neil just goes over to the sink and splashes cold water on their face before heading back out to the room.
Fair enough. All right. As you head back out, oddly, the jukebox, which has been very quiet all night, kicks on and starts playing Blue Moon by Elvis.
I think he'll kind of sighs and then goes over and sits down in the in the booth and writes rules on the napkin that they had used previously and underlines it.
All right. Anybody else?
I'll stand up and walk over to the jukebox and look at it. What kind of jukebox are we talking here? Like the old shuffle record one where it's like just
Vinyl
playing...
CD or MP3.
Surprisingly, it looks relatively updated. So it's definitely not one of those like touch tune jukeboxes I use to terrorize Applebee's with the Chumbawamba song on repeat. But
Listen, I get knocked down and I get up again.
Look, I have had access to the Touch Tunes jukebox in Ogden, Utah, Applebee's. I have played the Chumbawamba song for like 8
Help
hours.
something.
I think they finally unplugged it because it just stopped.
Amazing.
That's what I'm talking about.
So it's definitely not like a newer like kind of like touch tunes or like MP3 like connected to the internet. It definitely has CDs in it, but as you look through, pretty much every CD and like every song that's on there is just a song about with the name Blue Moon in it some way somehow.
Just like 1,700 covers.
As a matter of fact, there's covers of like Blue Moon by Elvis that you didn't like. You're pretty sure do not exist. Like Little Nas X.
Aloha from space. Live
Wait,
recording Elvis.
Is this Elvis covering Tom
Blue Moon
Lehrer?
isn't originally by Elvis, I don't believe.
No, but I would find it absolutely hysterical and paradoxical if there's an Elvis cover of Tom Lehrer singing the masochistic tango.
No, so every song is Blue Moon, like, but it's just like covers of Blue Moon. But like I said, like there's covers of Blue Moon by like bands you are absolutely positive have never actually covered the song. Like as you go through the G's, you notice that like Gore is doing Blue Moon.
Oh my god!
All right, I need to find this cover. I need that cover.
I would kill for that cover. We gotta get that guy on
I think
TikTok
Yale,
on that.
honestly, just because at least it's can't.
It's
At least
Clark.
it's not can't help falling in love with you.
Valid.
Like out loud and to no one.
You also notice that the coin slot on this jukebox has tape over it, so you can't put any coins in.
Please don't make this play more than it has to.
Me trying
You're
to
sick
figure out
of
where all
this
my
song.
coins are.
Oh, good golly.
I'm just sitting there going, it's all Blue Moon. Where's the Chumbawamba?
Tap something.
You very nervously, like you hear very nervously behind you. You probably don't want to change that.
Oh, why is that?
It's just best for all of us in here if you just let the jukebox do its thing.
All right, fine. And I go back and eat my heart attack.
Fair enough. All right, so we will move over to Hal. Is there anything you would like to do, Hal?
I feel like Bo would these places are always kind of, come and goes for spirits, whatnot. Roads in general, these way stops tend to be bastions, at least for a medium. I think that's how Bo would see it. And they're just gonna like kind of open themselves up to see what's going on. If I spend a token, happy to.
Oh, let me take a look at something here. If you're gonna open yourself up, you feel a very powerful, almost just like gut-wrenching wave of sorrow and sadness, followed almost immediately by like a wave of fear and then like anger. And the fear is like the sadness and the fear seem like they're coming from the building itself. And the anger seems like it's coming directly from table 13. You also get like a kind of like a wave of confusion from the truck driver, as you also kind of see his story play out a little bit.
Like a
and that
good
he
Joe
was
Phantom 309 thing.
he was driving excessively fast down this highway during the storm. When he was in an accident, he hit a station wagon with a family. They went off on one side of the road. He went off on the other, and that's the last thing he remembers.
Hmm.
And with that, the bell above the door rings again, and in comes a small child, very looking very wet, and like they've been walking through the rain for quite a while. And they come up to the counter and they sit down, and you notice Mabel taken aback a little bit. She's a little worried, and you hear Raj from the kitchen. He just kind of goes, hot cocoa, 7 mushrooms, or mushrooms, 7 marshmallows.
No, that's
7 marshmallows.
the 7 mushrooms is my order.
Holy
I'm
shit.
tripping balls tonight.
And so Mabel grabs a cup of hot cocoa and counts out exactly 7 marshmallows and sets it in front of the kid, and the kid just sits there and is drinking the hot cocoa, no problem.
Yeah, I think Yale hearing that immediately like writes that down on the napkin. It's like I'm just gonna be writing. I don't even know if I'm gonna. I don't know even know if this is the rules. I'm just gonna record all the weird stuff I hear.
So as the trucker finishes up, he throws what looks like perfectly good money down on the table and walks out. And if any of you are looking out the window, you'll notice that there was no truck in the parking lot. He just kind of walks out, and almost like he just kind of snaps out of existence. He's just kind of there, and then almost like with a pop, it's just like, and he's gone. And you hear Barb kind of just overall to the restaurant. It's best not to watch them leave.
Hmm.
The fuck?
Yale also writes that down and then looks over with a I would like to second the fuck.
Barb just kind of
Anybody else
sighs.
find that really weird?
I don't know if Bo would speak up and say it does seem weird to them.
I think Yale would kind of look over and be like, is that one of the rules?
Rules? Where did you hear about any rules?
Didn't somebody say something about it's best to follow the rules as we'd all kind of walked in?
I think that was something that uh only Bo heard when you walked in and you heard Mabel and Barb talking. Because I think that was before I actually
Yeah.
entered the building.
I thought it had been just after you'd stepped in, but I could be wrong.
It would have been, if I remember correctly, only Yale would have heard that as she came in and sat down, because that's when Barb was finishing up, basically like introducing Mabel to the job.
Yeah, someone had
but
heard
yeah.
it.
Um, yeah, Yale just gonna look over and be like, so What are the rules?
Well, the rules for the staff are definitely different than the rules uh for the patrons. I was hoping we could get through the night of the blue moon without this having to get complicated. But simply put, there's 5 rules if y'all want to make it through the night. Rule number 1, never mention the time or the date. Number 2, don't question the jukebox. And she looks directly at Mal.
Okay.
Number 3, booth 13 stays empty. Number 4, we need to make sure that salt stays at every table. And finally, rule number 5, no matter how friendly any of the patrons are when they come in, do not follow them outside.
Mm.
But what if I really, really want to?
Yale just kind of goes, you don't want to get lost.
And as Yale says that, just as they finish saying that, um, the phone behind Barb rings 4 times, and it kind of startles her. She jumps up and she's kind of like looking at the phone, waiting to see if it rings again. Um, and when it doesn't, you can kind of see like a sigh of relief uh, from her. Um, and then she just kind of goes back to wiping down the counter.
I think.
So you said that I go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
you go ahead.
So we can't ask the date or time.
Yeah, it's best not to mention the date or time. Some of these patrons have been we don't want to confuse them.
Huh. Okay.
That music is perfect timing.
So are we able to leave, or what's the deal here? Are you keeping me here?
Yeah, oh, you're more than welcome to leave in the morning.
Fantastic. Okay, thank you. And I go back to slowly chewing on my burger.
Yeah, Yale just kind of looks down and then at the napkin that now has a bunch of random stuff scrawled all over it. And the sigil scratched out since it's already been used. And goes, so who's the collector?
Where'd you hear that?
I don't know that I heard it.
The collector. The collector is, I don't know. The collector just is. Uh, they have always been here. They get more. I don't know how to say this. They get very particular on the night of the blue moon.
Is that maybe how all 3 of us ended up here?
We ended up here because you needed to be here. The last stop is just that. It's the last stop before a big change or before something else happens in life. The last stop goes where the last stop is needed, and that's how you ended up
Shit,
here.
am I dead?
Not yet, but another 2 or 3 of those burgers, and we might be able to arrange something.
I mean, listen, I know I'm not the greatest of people, and I have, my fair share of fun stories, but I did do a couple of stupid things on the way here. That's why I thought I might be dead. So, weirdness aside, leave me to my burger.
Damn, mean to Barb. How dare you?
If Barb cared, she'd give it right back.
Yeah.
Right now, Barb's looking at Mal and she's like, I think you'd make a good 16th husband.
You know, I'm not a big fan of labels, but I'm not opposed to it.
And you know, as you say that, Barb's 15th husband comes into the restaurant and sits down at the bar and is just kind of looking you up and down. And he kind of, you know, because it's those like
We
diner
saw you
seats where
across the
like,
diner and we love your vibe.
yeah, it's those like vinyl like stool seats at like the diner, and he just kind of like spins around so his back's like leaning against it, and he's looking you up and down, and he leans back and he's like, "Hey, Barb, number 16?" And she just kind of looks at him, and then he gets up and disappears. He was only there for a brief second.
He looked incredibly flammable. Am I okay to light him?
Honey, he's been dead a long time.
Cool, 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 cool.
Girl, I'll try
by
my
the
luck.
way, Mal is very just like uncomfortable with the idea right now and keeps flicking the lighter open and close.
I think Yale is like trying their best not to like fall asleep because they are very tired right now.
You all get the sense that like Barb is trying to keep things as lighthearted as possible, even though the everything just feels very heavy and tense inside the diner.
Hmm.
No, I just realized that I did not explain what Mal looked like. Um, aside from being tall, lanky, they've got short hair, kind of an androgynous face with like tight fit clothing, but is kind of like, I don't want to say hippie-ish. It's very much like, you know, whimsical if I had to describe the clothing.
Kind of like
So
boho
they're like,
SoCal.
yeah, but not as hipster douchey.
Just punk. Just punk
There we
douchey.
go.
So how do we get more tokens again? I forget that I keep forgetting the mechanics for that.
Uh, Tokens.
There's role play and things like that.
Yep. So like when you incorporate your character's reasons for the road, or like your secret regret, or during investigation, or as as I feel fit, if I decide to just throw tokens at everybody.
I think at this point, Yale would trying desperately not to fall asleep, would go over past Bo, put the rules on the table next to them, be like, you seem like the most normal, and would just walk over to the bar and be like, sorry, can I get coffee?
Yeah, Mabel sets down a mug and fills it to the brim with a very dark black, kind of almost like the coffee was cooked too long, like sludge at this point, and then slides it over to you.
Keep brewing into it, but like nobody's drinking it. It's just evaporating.
That's fine. I can just dump a bunch of sugar and creamer in it. It doesn't matter. It's coffee.
Is it one of those like 10-year coffees? It's where like everything is brewed in the same pot over the last 10 years. And it's just the same cup of coffee, just made new.
Yeah, they only change the filter like every other week.
It's like donkeys.
They gotta reduce the cost. Like in this economy, even the last stop is feeling the price increase.
Jeez.
Tight purse strings. Good golly. Taking those pennies off your eyes. Damn.
Look, we're an ethereal diner. That doesn't mean that we can just pluck supplies out of thin air. We still got to have same deliveries as everybody else.
The delivery guy must be so fucking confused. Drive 8 hours into the desert. It'll show up.
Show up.
It'll be there when you need it to be there.
I need it there now. Oh, it's there. Damn. All right.
Hey, out of curiosity, when's your next supply delivery? Maybe look for like, I don't know, a Cintas driver or one of those coffee guys that go driving around. Maybe you should bring one of them in here every now and then.
Well, they come in and then they head out. Look, y'all are just here tonight for the blue moon, which means you must all have some reason to be here. Otherwise, we wouldn't even be on this stretch of highway.
Oh, that's fair.
So are there any other rules, or is it just the ones you said before?
Those are the only rules you need to worry about.
Cool. So lighting things on fire is a no-go?
Yeah, that's a general rule of public.
Yeah, polite society tends to say no.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of polite society.
Well, you gotta kind of engage with it most of the time. If this more polite society, we'd be throwing hands, I think.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I do that as well.
I'm not surprised. Genuinely not surprised, my friend.
As you all are talking, you notice there is a postman sitting at the bar just watching you all. You didn't hear him come in.
Dude.
You don't no idea where he came from. He's just watching this conversation go on between everybody.
Is he just sitting right next to me at the bar as I'm like staring at the coffee?
Yeah, it's almost like he just popped up there. He's just sitting there. And Barb walks over and she sets down a plate that's got a couple pancakes, some eggs, and a couple strips of bacon. And he slowly has been eating it as he's, observing everything that's going on. He seems very self-aware and very aware of everything happening in the diner. You almost couldn't tell that he is one of the usual patrons, other than the fact that he just kind of showed up out of nowhere.
Hmm. Now I had to spend a token to open up last time, right?
Yeah.
So I got one left. Do I want to just keep being that Brandon nosy?
Right after Yale was like, "You seem please take care of yourself."
I'm I am a reckless, nosy person, and this is why
No, this is great.
I am perpetually haunted by my mother. Oh man.
Well, since we're all going to be here a while, I suppose we should get to know each other. Hi, I'm Mal.
Pyromaniacs Anonymous.
Not the only thing they steal.
Yeah.
I'm Bo. Nice to meet you, Mal. Or the circumstances we're under.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that you're going to be able to. Please don't set anything on fire. Please.
Yeah, we
No
gotta stay here all
promises.
night. I'd like to have 4 walls and a roof around me.
I
Yeah.
proceed to hand everybody their wallets back. Yeah, sorry, I probably should mention I'm a bit of a klepto.
Yeah, I check through everything to make sure everything's still in there.
The postman kind of looks at you for a second and he's like, "You could have held on to that. Would have come back to me anyway." And then he pops and is gone, and his food's still sitting there kind of half eaten, and Barb just kind of looks at you and goes, he'll be back in a minute."
Yale snatches the wallet, which is probably an old leather wallet that has a I mean, it looks relatively normal. It just may or may not have a couple of interesting things stitched into the seams.
Roll a wits.
Yeah, roll
To
the
check to
things
see
and
if our wallets are all intact or just in general.
This is for Yale. She grabs the postman's wallet.
they.
I think Yale's grabbing their own wallet back.
Yeah, I was grabbing my own wallet.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Yeah, they
Meanwhile,
weren't. They
like,
weren't trying to. They were not trying to get anybody else's wallet. They were just trying to get their own.
Fair enough.
Meanwhile, I kind of notice the postman disappear, and I just go, "Oh shit! Anybody else see that?"
Yeah. Bo would like kind of linger on that spot and see if they can kind of intuit what their story is in some kind of way. I don't know if that would be empathy or investigation or.
Yeah. Roll. I would say roll an. Yeah, roll an empathy.
All right, so that's heart. I'm a medium, so that means I have 4 dice for this. Damn, no successes.
No
It's a 3 and
successes.
3 twos.
Oh no!
Ooh.
That's okay. I live to get a little fucked up for my powers, so
You get hit with a feeling of annoyance and confusion, and it leaves you feeling kind of like cartoon duck headed. You're kind of left sitting in your booth with cartoon ducks kind of flying around your head for a minute as you grapple to get yourself back.
Good. Okay. Yeah, that face
You
kind of gets like
okay?
a little confused. Like, what? No,
What was
no,
it,
I'm fine. I'm
Bo?
fine. Yeah, Bo.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah, no, that someone was there, right?
Yes.
Like,
Yep.
huh? Can't for the life of me think about what they look like. Weird.
How are you guys doing? Do you need a break?
I'm good either way.
I'm doing
I
pretty
think I'll
good.
be okay.
Okay. If you want to keep going, then as you're kind of getting your wits back about you, and Yale's checking on you, Barb just kind of sighs and counts down. She's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you hear an audible pop as the postman's sitting back in his chair and he just goes back to eating his pancakes. She's like, I told you.
Jesus, where the hell did you come from?
It's a long story.
I guess we got all night.
Well, as a postman, you take an oath to deliver everything: packages, mail, spam. On occasion, a bomb. Not my proudest moment. Um, but essentially, you take this oath to deliver the mail, and in life, I hit a point of burnout and just kind of hating life, and so I just stopped delivering the mail. So people didn't get bills and other things that they needed because I just didn't bother to do it. I would go find a place to sleep in my truck and call it good. And as punishment, now I'm stuck eternally delivering mail. And on occasion, when something new needs to be delivered, I get pulled away from wherever I am at the time to deliver that message or package or whatever needs to be delivered.
You got any mail for us?
Note to self: postal service is run by scarier people than my grandma. Okay.
Holy shit, this thing's run by ghosts.
No, not exactly ghosts.
Ghost Factory.
It's very, very hard to explain. Most of the time, they're pretty chill. I think really they just like to fuck with me when I'm eating, and that's why I get, like I just got sent down to the Johnson's house, which is, good 50 miles from here to deliver something.
It does sound like an Amazon like fulfillment warehouse. Like tormenting you even after death. Gotta hit those
Out
quotas.
of curiosity, out of curiosity, have you tried unionizing?
Oh, they have a union. I'm just not allowed to be part of it because I was such a fuckstick when I was alive.
Permaband.
Makes
Yeah.
perfect sense.
Yale's just snickers.
And then he's like, it's mighty unfortunate that you folks happened to stumble in here on the night of the blue moon.
Why is that?
So the blue moon is when the veil is thin. It's a lot a lot weirder around here. And this one definitely feels a lot more significant than others.
There are lots of times like that specifically.
Oh, okay. Hold on. So the veil is thin. We're gonna start seeing some weird shit. Yeah, right. We've already determined that. Am I going to be haunted by my mistakes here? Because I certainly do not need that right now.
And he gets up and he walks over to the table and he leans in really close to you and just kind of looking at you, and he just whispers. He's just like, I think you're already haunted by your mistakes. And then he pops and he's gone.
Good golly.
I love him.
What a vibe.
And instantly you see Mel just start freaking out, like into their burger. They're just like hyperventilating into the burger.
Whoa, okay. I think Yale
Hey, buddy, are you okay?
gets up and goes over and goes,
Nope,
whoa,
nope.
okay. What's
Hey,
wrong?
burger down, breathe deep. Don't want to inhale that.
You
You think
can
you'll be stuck here forever after that.
you
Come on.
cannot inhale that as much as you might want to.
Okay. I need to get out of here. I need to go. And
No.
I just got like sauce dripping all over my face.
Okay, hold on.
Get
Just
a napkin
take-
out.
Yeah, just letting Bo deal with that. It's like, breathe, okay? How about you just tell me what he said to you and what's going on?
Okay, so we're being haunted, or I'm haunted. I don't know. Either way, this is
Oh, I'm for sure
terrifying. I don't want
haunted.
to be here. I really don't need to be here.
But that's just the thing. You're here because you do. You wouldn't have found the diner if you didn't need to be here.
Well, now I don't want to be here. So, yeah.
Honey.
Okay. I don't think we have a choice.
Yeah, that's the shit part.
Yeah, I wanted to be on Broadway, honey. I could have been in Cats.
What, the movie production?
The remake was terrible. Anyway,
No,
I haven't even seen it.
No, not Cats. The off-Broadway, Katz.
Cat. Ah, yes, much better. Higher class.
Aspirations of grandeur.
Bush out. Release the butthole cut.
Yil kind of looks over and goes, okay, so what is it you're worried about? Like looking over at Mel.
Mel kind of sits up and takes the lighter out and starts flicking it open and goes, so yeah, clinically diagnosed pyromaniac with klepto tendencies, may have accidentally stolen from the wrong person and got somebody that I loved killed. Yeah. Not exactly enthralled by the idea of being haunted by my dead ex.
These places tend to be a bit of a come and go. Maybe if she comes, she can go, right?
I want to say giggity to that, but it's also terrifying.
Honey, this is a classy establishment. We don't come and go here.
I think Yale is just kind of listening to this and like trying not to smile, and then goes, well, at least it's not haunted by a future ex.
That
know.
feels like it's
The
got
way
a story
Barb's looking-
behind it. I will put a pin in that one.
I was gonna say, I
This
don't know
guy's
the way
still
Barb's looking at
freaked
me.
out.
What
Yeah,
did, wait,
Barb's like, not yet anyway. And she gives a little wink.
Hey.
Yale looks over at Barb because they're not good at signals and don't know what Barb is winking at.
It's okay. I'll tell you when you're older.
I'm
And then proceeds
I'm
to walk into the corner to
31.
panic.
Like, okay.
Alright.
You said you're worried about your dead ex, right?
Yeah. Well, that and the asshole that killed her.
I doubt that they're gonna get here.
Listen, all I'm saying is if somebody comes in a little extra warm and a little extra crispy, I may or may not have been involved.
I see. Goodness gracious. We're having a strange time tonight, aren't we?
If you're really worried about it, you should keep the salt shaker close.
I grab the salt shaker and just start like shaking it around a little bit and going, you know what, that is actually kind of better.
Yeah, but also the salt has like silver filings in it, I noticed, and that's kind of consistently used in folklore in a lot of cultures for warding off spirits of several different kinds, depending on the folklore, of course. So I think this place is pretty well protected.
Mm, usually it is. Those protections seem to get a little weaker during a night like this. The blue moon is the veil's thin. One patron in particular seems to get a little stronger every time.
Take a
Uh,
little glance at the 13th booth.
and as you do, you hear a bell ring as the door opens, but you don't see anybody come in. You feel kind of like this ominous wave spread through the diner. And it's almost like it's moving, like it's just slowly walking. As it walks towards um, Bo's table, and it's lingers at the 13th table, and then you all notice a very tall figure, um, very pale skin, very pale hands, almost white, in what looks to be like a bus driver's uniform, like an old like 1920s, 1930s like bus driver's kind of outfit. He's got a hat on, very kind of like suit like appearance, and it's just standing there. No facial expressions. You actually don't see really a face at all, except for a slit that kind of opens up to what looks like just rows and rows and rows of teeth as it sits down and slowly slides into the booth, where you notice someone has placed another fresh cup of coffee and a slice of cherry pie, and it just sits there, giving off this very ominous feel.
I do believe that is not fair trade.
Yale is gonna turn so that they're not facing the collector. I think they're still sitting in the booth with Mal or wherever Mal was sitting, and would like kind of roll up their very like the loose maroon shirt they have that's off the shoulder, and would take out the ballpoint pen and start drawing over what look like have been repeated like symbols on their arms.
I mean, if you're looking for a new tattoo artist, I know a guy. Otherwise, I can, if we got a hanger somewhere, I can probably just give you a branding.
I don't know you that well yet.
Valid.
But hot. And they go back to drawing for a sec.
Goodness gracious.
And then they're like, no, these are not meant to be permanent. And you do see one or two actual tattoos. It's like, I can't. If you make something permanent, then maybe some things can find you easier. And they're just kind of like,
Frightening.
hmm?
That sounds frightening. Maybe something can find you easier.
I don't.
All of you roll a heart check for me.
Sure.
Yay.
I got a 6 and 2 1s and a 3.
Okay.
One
Oh
critical
my
success.
God. I
And 2
got
critical failures.
2 1s and 2 5s.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, how many dice am I rolling?
How many do you have in heart?
Oh, wait,
That'll
heart.
be... Heart is 1.
So you would roll 1 dice. Well, let me double check something here.
And it's pyro.
I should
Yeah,
have.
so you would roll 1 heart, 1 die for heart.
Oh, that's a...
Oh, I should have
6.
4 because I get. Yeah, I should have 4 because witch gets +1 in heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all of you rolled successes?
Yeah.
2 5s and 2 1s?
Yeah, so you got a success.
Yeah.
Mouse said you got a 6?
That is correct.
Hell yeah.
And
I
then
got a 6
Bo.
and yeah, I got 1 success, 2 1s and a 3.
Okay,
So
yeah,
6, 2
so
1s and a 3.
with the 6s, since y'all rolled 6s, the night just kind of rolls off. You kind of get a little feeling like, so Mal, you get the feeling that this thing that just walked in is definitely just like staring at you, like, but other than that, nothing seems to happen.
Is it actively looking at me?
If it had eyes, you might be able to tell that.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go sit down next to this thing.
Oh dear.
Oh,
God.
no, you do not want to sit in booth 13. You like Barb and Raj are both kind of like Raj is like hanging out the window as Barb is like running to you to stop you from doing that.
Yeah, Bo will try to also stop Mal, honestly. Got the vibe that's a terrible idea.
While they're distracted, I'm gonna like see if I can look behind the counter and see if I can see anything weird they're holding back there.
I just realized that my mic was muted.
No.
If you are looking or trying to see behind the counter to see if there's anything else back there, roll me a wits check.
I keep picking the thing that I'm terrible at. It's fine.
Meanwhile, Mal is just
That's
like,
that's a
oh,
2.
go ahead.
Since they're all distracted, you can do a free reroll.
Okay. That's a 4.
Okay, so it's a minor success. So you notice, as you look behind the counter, you notice that there seems to be like runes like runes kind of like etched into the tiles of the floor back there. They look kind of faded because people have been walking back and forth on them, but there's definitely like runes etched into the floor tiles.
Looks at runes. Tries to grab napkin to write down what that is.
So as you're drawing this out on the napkin, you notice that it's almost like it's kind of like a pattern. So where the door is that leads into the kitchen, it starts there. There's a rune there, and then 3 tiles. There's another one, and then 3 more tiles. There's another one, and if you follow them, you can kind of see that it's almost like they go throughout the entire restaurant. Like they're basically making like an area.
A perimeter.
Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It would make sense that it would go by 3s. Anyway, back to the havoc that's going on over there.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, meanwhile, Mal is just over there going, "Yeah, you know what? But the bad choices are the ones
Let's
that are
fuck around
usually
and find
fun."
out.
If
Should
you're
I-
Yeah, if you want to try to get through Bo and Barb, roll a grit check.
Now, do I want to? Probably not, but I'm gonna try anyways. Well, that's a 2.
Barb is
Thank God.
ridiculously strong, you've come to find. She basically
Yeah.
like
He said
picks
I'm
you
Hannah's
up.
16th husband, because damn.
She basically picks you up by your like shirt and just plops you back into a seat away from booth 13.
It's like as I'm being dragged away, I'm just like, okay, if I wasn't so terrified, this would be hot.
Yeah. everybody
Simping
in
over Barb.
restaurant. Everyone in restaurant now simping over Barb.
I've always been simping over Barb. I can't help it. Oh God.
Looks like
This
we're
is
gonna
gonna
form a Barb polycule.
this is gonna end up as one of those like spicy novels they talk about on TikTok, isn't it?
Listen,
Yeah, probably.
I will write it.
Oh jeez.
I'm very good at that shit.
It'll go great. You can write that, and I can finish writing 50 Shades of Smurf, and
I will read that.
I'll get you the first chapter.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, Yale
That's
is
surprisingly
just
good.
being a nerd. Is playing
Are you-
hopscotch around the
The tiles.
the tiles. Yeah, to look. They're trying to. I think at this point they're just trying to They're just trying to feel out the magic of the place. Like they're like, okay, so the now I have something concrete to say, yeah, this is magic. I know something. I might not know this magic, but I know a magic.
As you are hopscotching around and looking at the different runes, you notice that the runes are all from different cultures.
Last stop indeed.
Wait, I have a Nordic rune tattoo, and it's visible because it's like on my arm. So I wonder if Yale came over and like was investigating me, thinking I was a part of the shop.
I think it would be funny if Yale actually came over and looked at your arm and went, "Oh, fried rice," and then went back to.
Yeah. Well, the Nordic root. Well, no, the Nordic
Like,
roots all
tuna?
actually do mean something. They do actually have like specific meanings.
That doesn't mean that the person who did it did an
But
actual Nordic rune.
yeah, how much do you trust your tattoo artist? Because like I have a couple of specific tattoos, but
Oh no, I trust him. He's done a bunch of my tats. Plus, I was the one that designed this, so he did exactly what I wanted.
you designed gibberish?
No, it's a stave rune. It's meant to symbolize survival.
Oh, okay. So you stylized it. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, a little bit. I had to stylize it because it's a stave rune. It has to be sharp.
Barb, you just hear Barb kind of like
Has
mumble,
to be sharp.
"Unfortunately, you're not that sharp." As she walks back
Oops.
behind the counter.
Oh.
Damn, girl.
Yale just kind of, I think at this point, Yale is curious about it and sits down and goes, you know, they don't do much if you don't change them with like knowledge, right?
Yes, I am aware.
It was just meant to be a fun thing then?
No, I was kind of in a bad spot in my life.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's why it means survival.
That makes sense. Um, Yale is kind of like looking between the tattoo and the floor and the tattoo and the floor. Like you gave I
As you're doing that, as you're looking like back and forth between the tattoo and the floor, the jukebox kicks on again. Only this time, very oddly, it's playing Enya for some reason.
Who can say where the road
Hold
goes?
on. Is it Enya's cover of Blue Moon?
Absolutely.
yeah.
Oh dear God.
That would be an
No.
insane recording.
I think Yale just kind of puts their head on the table and goes, "Oh, I want to sleep so bad."
Keep it out for you if you want to curl up in a booth.
That's not the problem. I shouldn't be sleeping if I'm in a place where things are makes weird like finger movements. Yeah.
To quote video games, you cannot sleep. There's danger nearby.
more oh geez, excuse me, something's yelling at me.
Like an alarm of some kind.
Don't worry about it, it's fine.
I kind
No.
of had a flashback to work because that's my work alarm.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Triggered.
I think no. Yale looks over and goes, I mean, I could. Who? They look up. I think they finally just kind of look up at Barb and they go, "Who drew the wards here?"
Oh, they've been here. They've been here for as long as I've been here. She just kind of leaves it at that, but you can tell, like, in the way that she kind of like hesitates to really like go more into it, that she definitely knows more than she's letting on. And the bell rings above the door, and in comes another patron. This time it's a greaser looking fellow. He's got like the leather jacket and his hair slicked back. You can definitely see he's got, you know, a pack of cigarettes tucked into his shirt, and he's carrying a jar with him, a very odd looking jar, and he just kind of walks in and he looks around, and then he looks over at Mao's table and walks over and sets this jar down in front of Mao and goes, "Hey," and then disappears.
Piss tax. Gotta fill that thing. I don't know why that was my first thought.
There's no way I'm passing a UA today. just letting everybody know, there, if this is for a job interview, I am not passing.
You just hear kind of like very faintly, "It's just a gift from Timmy Smalls."
Timmy? Oh man, I haven't heard from him in a long time.
Oh my god.
Does the jar contain anything or is it empty?
And then you hear, "Yeah, you ain't heard from me for a long time because you set me on fire, you prick."
Whoop.
To be fair, you deserved it.
"I deserved it." He pops back in. He's very adamant now. He pops back in. "I deserved it. I didn't deserve to be set on fire. We were trapped in that damn building that was fucking recurring, and you set me on fire." And then he disappears again.
What? Recurring?
At-
What?
At this point, I think reflexively, Yale reaches over and picks up one of the salt shakers and pours a little bit of salt into their hand and just like waits for a second. Watching.
I'm gonna
Seeing
pick
if
up
he
the
comes up
jar.
again.
I'm gonna pick up the jar and give it a little shake and go, the good old days.
What is it?
You probably don't want to know.
Investigation? Can I discern what's in this jar?
Roll an investigation check.
Absolutely. That's a 4 out of 5. 2 successes.
Damn it. Oh, looking at it, you can see that it's a very amber-like fluid.
I knew it. I knew
That
it was
is
a piss jar.
giving off, well, it's definitely something. It's giving off a slight hint of bleach and piss. So do with that what you will.
Oh my gosh. Oh
Just
no.
wrinkle my nose.
Yeah, I wouldn't get anywhere closer to that. It's highly dangerous to your respiratory system.
No, really?
Can you like can we like put it back outside?
Go sleep, piss jar. How do
A
you dispose of
bomb
that?
it's a bomb, if we're going to be very specific.
Why?
That's just another bit of Mao's backstory that could come up at a later time.
Let's just
Good
say
golly.
Mal got into some trouble, and the only way out
No,
was
really?
mustard gas.
Yale is
That's
looking
terrible.
at you and just like, why do I always like the
What is
cute
the
but
war
crazy
crimes?
ones? Why? And just stands up, walks over to
Good
the
golly.
Oh, you think I'm cute? That's so sweet.
Good golly.
walks back over to the booth they were in, sits down. Going, I want answers, but I don't want to ask.
Believe me, you don't want to know.
No, not answers from you.
Oh, okay, cool.
So the night slowly drags on, and more otherworldly patrons kind of fill into the diner. Some of them come and go. Some of them seem to be lingering. There's a woman in a trench coat sitting in booth 11. She keeps kind of just sighing and looking out the window, not really touching the coffee that she's got in front of her. There's a family that's sitting a couple booths away from Yale. It just seems like they just constantly keep going over the menu, but not really coming to a conclusion on what they want to order. The postman has come back and he's just kind of chilling, watching, things, people come and go. The jukebox is irritatingly just kept playing different versions of Blue Moon as the hours pass. It's, if any of you
Pitch Bob
look,
Blue Moon.
definitely Kids Bop Blue Moon. There's like 10 different Kids Bop versions of Blue Moon.
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
As the night progresses, you kind of, if any of you look at your watches, you notice that it's coming up on about 3 o'clock, and the ominous figure, the foreboding figure in booth 13 is just kind of sat there, almost looking like it's getting more and more impatient as the hours pass, and you start to feel more and more malice kind of stemming from that. Some other weird things have happened. Mabel tried to go to the bathroom but stopped at the door as she heard 3 knocks coming from the other side, and said best not to open that, and put a wet floor sign in front of the door so nobody would go in. Raj is kind of stopped cooking and has been thumbing through a very beat up looking journal as he looks nervously around the restaurants. And Barb has kind of been pacing back and forth. She has a couple kids sitting at the bar, all with mugs of cocoa with 7 marshmallows, trying very hard not to answer any questions coming from them. Um, it just seems to be getting a little bit more heavy as the minutes tick away.
Would it be perception or empathy to kind of intuit what this figure in booth 13 is waiting for or expecting?
Do you want to use a token or do you want to roll?
I want to roll.
Go for it.
Heart or wisdom.
Let's do go with whatever you are highest in.
All right, that will be heart. And that's 2 4s and 2 1s.
Okay,
Nice
so 2
even split.
4s. 2 4s, you can get the feeling from. So you definitely know that this is the collector at this point. You've gotten that much from it. You can feel that he's there to collect something or someone or multiples. And you get that he's getting very impatient, and you I'm trying to think of the best way to put, like, you can hear in your head, kind of coming from table 13, almost like a mantra, kind of like on repeat, this raspy kind of scratchy voice just saying, you know, the the deal must be completed tonight. And it just keeps thinking about this deal that was made, that was made centuries ago, and that he's basically there for something that was promised to him.
What kind of fucking deal? Uh-huh.
I mean, if this guy's looking to collect, I can show him my collection of lighters.
I don't
Good.
think that's what they mean.
I can show him my
I
favorite
think-
trick, fireball.
No.
I think
How about
something was
that?
promised to
I-
this
I
thing like a
really-
long time ago.
What do you mean a long time ago?
Like before this place was the States, you know? Tiny.
Listen, I know there's no I in team, but there are 6 eyes, and I don't care how big the room is. I cast fireball.
Okay, but I care how big the room is, so maybe um I Barbara's gotta know something. There's something she's not saying.
Mal, how badly do you want to set something on fire?
Very.
Try.
Go. Wisdom save.
Yeah, roll a what do you have the lowest in?
I have nothing in wits.
Okay, roll a wits.
Oh, hold on, that's the wrong dice. Where did I put my d6? That's a 5.
That's a 5.
Yep.
All right. So you go to try to set something on fire.
Yeah, I grab like a napkin and roll it up and just like light it on fire.
As you try to set that napkin on fire, the fire jumps from the napkin, like it's almost like it doesn't even touch the napkin, and burns the hair up your arm and up your shirt. So it, like, almost like your sleeve catches
Yo.
fire.
I quickly try and put it out, and like you can see that I'm wearing a binder underneath my charred shirt.
And you take one to your stability. That's definitely left you a little bit rattled. And you just hear Barb going, "I told you not to set shit on fire."
I'm sorry.
Shit. I think their Yale would kind of like take off the loose sweater and offer it to Mal. They're
Oh, it's not
they're
the first
wearing
time I've barely worn anything.
yeah, but I I just thought that it might be cold.
I appreciate you. And they take it and they just throw it on quick.
Yeah, they very obviously have a few tattoos that definitely look more like stick and poke tattoos than like a tattoo parlor or like
Yeah.
using a tattoo gun. And they also have
You know who invented the first tattoo gun? Technically,
who?
I believe it was
Edison.
Thomas Edison.
Yeah, he was trying to invent the automatic pen.
Yep.
That's kind of hilarious. No, these are family uh related. Um they kind of pull like their as little as it will do, they pull their t-shirt down over or they pull the t-shirt down a little bit over their biceps.
Mm.
We need to figure something out. This isn't
I feel like Bo would saunter up over to Barb and kind of be like, "So, what kind of deal was made with this collector fella? You know?"
Barb kind of, she's like, my God.
You can
She's
tell
like,
little old
who
me.
who was talking to you? Who tells you these things? She clearly doesn't realize that you
Usually I
guys
think
are
it's my mama.
a little bit more than you
In
seem.
tune. Yeah.
Um, outside of this, we are getting pretty close to time. It looks like we might have to go do a session 2.
I'm down for
Would
that.
anybody be opposed to the 28th?
The 28th. What is that? Yeah, I could do it Tuesday.
most likely yes, but I think we might
Uh,
want to figure out time after we're done here.
I just want to make sure because we're probably gonna need to wrap up here in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
yeah, I also just realized I was on mute. I will be out of town.
Okay. Yeah, we'll work it out, but I just wanted to get that out there that we're probably looking at a session 2 from where we're going. Um, so Barb looks at Bo and she was already kind of talking to Mabel. So she looks at you both and she says, "Follow me." And she takes you both to you and Mabel to the back room, like to her office.
I thought you said this wasn't a come and go. Okay.
Look, this isn't. I ain't doing that here. This isn't that kind of establishment. Um, and she's like, "Have a seat." And Raj comes in shortly after with the this very beat up book that he had been flipping through, and he hands it to Barb, and then steps out. And she's like, some time ago, the last stop was built in a very peculiar place. You hear all those stories. Oh, it was built on, ancient Native American burial grounds, or it was built over a graveyard of some sort, and that's caused the building to be haunted. Well, this wasn't exactly that. Uh, the last stop was built over a set of intersecting ley lines, and that's why the last stop kind of pops up wherever the last stop is needed. It travels along those ley lines and does what it does. Um, you could almost say at times that the last stop is in multiple places at once, with how our patrons come and go. And when the last stop was built, it was also built around something not so great. And that's kind of where the collector comes in. The collector comes in, and normally he's supposed to take the souls from one point to the next. I don't think he's been doing that for a long time. I think he's slowly been collecting them. I think he's been doing what he can to try and break away from the last stop and basically what he's supposed to be doing. My great great grandmother made a deal with him in the 20s to keep him in check, um, offering him a powerful soul at some point, down the line, and I believe that time has come. I believe he's ready to collect, and that's kind of where Mabel comes in. Mabel's family was also part of the bloodlines that bound the last stop to the ley lines, and the soul that he wants is Mabel's.
Okay, first off, I'm not okay with this.
Bro, you're not in the room with it. It's just Bo and
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, you and I are sitting together after Yale handed you their shirt. Like,
Yeah. So that's
Valid.
not necessarily the most agreeable arrangement, especially not for Mabel here.
Mabel's kind of taken aback. She didn't really know that any of this was going down. She had been on the road trying to find more of her family, to learn more of her family, and that's kind of how she ended up here at the last diner, taking a job. She'd run out of gas. She needed some quick cash, so you know what they say, the last diner is where you needed to be. And so she took the job not really knowing that her family was tied to the last stop, and she's very very taken aback. She's not sure what to do. Is she takes this journal from Barb and starts thumbing through the pages, and you can kind of hear her mumbling to herself. Is something about the ritual, and you know it needs to be done at this time. So it needs to be done before sunrise, and a soul has to be freely given. So she has to basically agree, or somebody has to agree. Otherwise, the ritual won't work.
Mm. Now, does it have to be a living soul?
It just has to be a soul that's freely given. That's all. All it says in here is it needs to be a soul that's freely given, and the collector has to agree to it. You know, I don't know much about my family, so I don't know how all of this plays out. I don't really understand why I'm here other than I needed money, so I ended up here. Um Man, I should have gone to work for the hotel across the street or something so I wouldn't always end up in these places. She's just kind of
I just imagined it would just be a hotel flavored version of this.
The Hotel Charon.
So she kind of reads out. She's like, "So this ritual, we have to complete the ritual, or what?" And Barb kind of sighs again, very heavily. If we don't complete the ritual and the deal is not accepted, then the collector gets to walk free, and who knows what chaos that could bring along with it. We don't really know what the collector's after, other than power. He's hungry. He's very hungry. He doesn't eat though. He seems to just kind of absorb energy, heat, whatever's around him. Um, yeah, I don't know much about the collector other than he's an entity that has always been and hasn't always been at the same time.
Hey. What a troubling little predicament we got ourselves in. Rest assured, Miss Mabel, I don't intend to let you fall victim to this collector.
I think while Bo is saying that in the other room, Yale is like half passed out, or like half passed out in the booth, like just was trying to stay awake and can't do it anymore.
Oh, good golly.
I think I think Mal is actually probably gonna take off the sweater that you lent me and just covered you with it and let you lay there with her.
Blanket style.
Yeah, just a little coverage.
So you fall asleep or start to drift off. You start to. It's almost like you were transported somewhere entirely different, and it's very familiar to you. You're instantly recognizing stuff from your childhood.
Shit. No, no, no. Trying to do the dream thing of like, okay, how do I wake up? Am I dreaming? How do I wake up?
As you're trying to wake yourself up, you notice a tall, bus driver like figure just kind of standing before you. Kind of looking around the room that you're in, this childhood memory that you're absolutely not wanting to relive. And he whispers to you. He's saying that there's four souls, only need one.
You're not her.
Ooh.
It being as ancient as it is, it doesn't really know how to respond to that. It kind of only knows like basic functions you get. Like it only knows like the one thing, and that it wants this one thing, and it's very like one track minded. So it just kind of like it just again it holds up its hand and counts out four, and then it puts down three fingers. So it just kind of like points to one finger, and then it's gone. And you're left alone in this memory or dream.
I think Yale waits for a second, looking around like, why isn't she here?
Roll a heart check. Let's see if you have the willpower to either wake up or extend this dream a bit.
Let me see. 6, 4, 2, 3.
Okay, so two passes there. All right, so which do you want to do? Do you want to expand or do you want to try and wake up?
I think Yale will take the chance and try to get up and move around the dream.
As you get up and decide to try and move around the dream, you see you are in your childhood bedroom. It looks like it's a pretty stormy night, so there's definitely a storm going on outside the window. There's light coming from under the bedroom door, and you can hear feminine laughter, almost like singing, kind of going down the hallway.
You'll slowly go over and open the door.
You open the door and you peek out, and it definitely looks like your childhood home. You definitely recognize the hallway. There's, what looks to be like your parents' room down on one end. There's your stairs down to go downstairs to a wider area, and the laughter seems to kind of be coming from up the stairs, almost like someone's like walking up the stairs and then down the hallway, like they're walking down the hallway. So it's kind of like on a loop. So it sounds like they're coming up and then going down and then coming up and then going down.
They slowly step out into the hall and look up and down.
You don't see anything. You can't really see anyone, but you definitely know that there's someone moving about.
All right, where are you?
So are you gonna stay like in the hallway? Or are you gonna head towards like
Yeah,
the stairs?
they're heading towards the laughter. They're just saying, "All right, where are you?"
As you head towards the stairs, the laughter starts to change, and you start to hear whispers of Yale's awake, just kind of echoing. And it sounds like it's coming from all around you. Yale's awake, Yale's awake, Yale's awake. And as you get to the edge of the stairs, as you're about to go down, almost as if just kind of out of nothing, something or someone pops up behind you and just says, Yale, right into your ear.
Yeah, they
And that's
yelp.
where we're gonna call it.
Hell yeah.
I'm into it.
Swoopy. Hell
All
yeah.
right, everybody, do your outros.
All right.
Any particular order?
Just whoever wants to go.
All right. I'm Hal. I've been Bo Sullivan tonight. You can find me usually first Thursday of every month on Paths and Dragons, where I play Monster of the Week as Gumshoe Playbook Valentine Sharp. And you may also find me playing at Random Rhapsody Tyranny of Dragons on every other Thursday. But yeah, you can find me on Blue Sky as Rainy Days Art and here on Twitch as Rainy Days 420. I wonder why.
Nice.
All right, I guess I will go. My name is Alan, the all-seeing eye. Tonight I played Mel, the malcontent of the group. You will see me back here this weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. Saturday we are going to be playing. Actually, Sunday I'm not here. Saturday I'll be here for Country of Mist with Synthetic 20, where I will reprise my role as Deacon, the pastor who has a secret of being Lucifer. It's going to be fun.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. He's a street preacher.
Love that.
Nice.
Deacon Brand is his name, and he's a
Love
rift
that.
of Lucifer. And then Sunday, I will be on Roller's Joint, where we are playing our second episode of Breaking Neon. Sorry, just trying to think of which games I'm in.
I get it.
And then we are not having a game at the end of the month for Who Killed Roger Rabbit. That will be postponed until November, as I had some family issues come up. And that's it for me.
Cool. So we will shoot that over to Keldry.
Hi, I am Keldry. I played Yale, your very, very traumatized hedge witch. And I do not currently have anything in particular coming up, although if you want to follow me at Starlets on Blue Sky, it's just Starlet with an S. I like to post creepy and eerie art streams and also just general fantasy art. And I also do overlays, so sometimes I may have some stuff up over there. I should also be. I think the only other thing I am doing is over on Nerds with Dice on Twitch on, I'm pretty sure, the 30th, about 8 PM EST. We will be having a Valkyria Halloween episode. So we will be doing shield maidens and fantasy warriors with All Hallows Eve. So
Oh, hell
that
yeah.
should be fun.
All good things.
And that's me.
Cool. All right, everybody. I am Fail Prime. It has been a while since I have been here on Singularity, but I do have stuff in the works. We obviously will have some more strange rules coming about, so keep an eye out for me for that there. I've got other couple of things in the works that I hope to get off the ground and going forward, but we'll see how it turns out. If you need to find me anywhere, you can find me on Twitch as Fail Prime. I randomly stream whenever I just get a wild hair. We do have some stuff to stream, including the original Persona. So we will be jumping into the very first Persona title over there. And you can catch me on Twitter if you want to see me trolling government officials and calling out general dredge of human society in very angry and comical ways. Check me out on Twitter. Aside from that, thank you for hanging out with us tonight on Singularity. Thank you for jumping into Strange Rules with us. I am very excited to bring more of Strange Rules to the channel, and I hope you all have a great rest of your night. With that, we will go ahead and end it.
Good night, everybody.
Everyone take care.
Good night.
Remember,
See ya.
good night from the last stop.